Israel is pretty impressive. I mean, not just that you're fighting for the title, but 20 months ago, you're on the prelims, making your debut there. Now, not only are you fighting for the title, stadium, huge event. Give me an idea, man. Did you see this coming this quickly?
Yeah, that's why we took our time to get into the UFC. I hit Dana up in 2015. I slid in the DMs, and I was like, we can do this, but we took our time just to make sure we can jump in the deep end. And I think someone has an interview. They can find it, pull it up. But like I said, in 2019, I'll be fighting Rob Whittaker for the title.
Incredible. You believed in yourself. I mean, your confidence was evident from day one when you came in. But when did you really realize, even though, yes, you laid it out, what point along this journey did you go, oh, no, this is actually happening. It's getting done?
Probably fight number 4 ever. Then I realized I could be the best in the world. It was after UFC 90, and I saw Silva dismantle Cortez, and I was like, I can probably be the best at this as well. And then, yeah, I just ran with it.
It's been amazing to watch. Talk about the prep process for this fight, because, I mean, this is a huge event, right? And it's all on your guys' shoulders. I mean, on the one hand, you got to train as hard as ever because it's the biggest fight of your life. On the other hand, I imagine you want to preserve yourself and make sure you show up for fight night. So what was the plan and the balance in this particular training camp?
Something I keep saying, keep that same energy. We haven't changed. All we ever do is just try and be better fighters, better martial artists. And that hasn't changed for this camp. All we just did was just work on ourselves to be better at fighting. And then my coaches have already studied the footage and all that kind of stuff and game plan accordingly. But I didn't this is the biggest fight ever, I'm gonna do extra. I always do the extra. I always push myself, so nothing's changed. We just keep that same energy.
You welcomed the spotlight from the moment you got into the UFC, right? And along with that, I mean, yes, the attention is good, but then you get doubters, you get haters, you get people that want to tear you down, right? So as you're building to this journey, how do you tune those people out and set them off to the side?
I've been used to it throughout my whole career, so it's not the first time this has happened. And a lot of people who kind of just see me blow up, they're like, oh, they think they can tear me down, but to them it might be something big, but for me it's just noise, white noise, that's it. So it's just prep and experience. I've had experience at this, and just, even in I'm sure people from New Zealand want to see me lose just because, it's the tall puppy syndrome. It's part of the culture sometimes, so yeah, I'm just used to it, and I kind of just, all that.
I thought it was interesting along the way as well, the build-up. I mean, you weren't afraid to throw some shots at Rob, say, hey, listen, you're not fighting, you're not staying active. I mean, you weren't afraid to...
I'm just facts. It's all facts. I'm not lying. I've kept the same energy of what I've said about him this whole camp. He hasn't. He started off with, this fella Israel is not as good as he thinks he is. And then when I think my dad was the one that pointed out that when Eugene came out and said, all of Izzy's opponents just downplay his skills. They never really say how good he is. They just kind of to his skills. And then in this next interview, my dad pointed out that he started to he's this, he's that. I'm just keep the same energy. Do what got you to the dance. That's all I'm saying. Even the memes. Oh no, so offended. The memes as well. I'm just saying, do what got you to the dance. Don't try and be out of character. So I'm making these guys act out of character.
I was going to say, was there some mental warfare type was there a little strategy along the way to kind of picking at him a little bit?
Nah, no strategy. I was just saying, I'm calling it as I see it. I've never lied. I've never said anything that wasn't true, or I didn't see as the truth. So yeah, I just say what I see, and if they want to take whatever they want to take out of it, and they can try and fucking mentalist me or whatever, but doesn't matter.
The marketing materials for this event are kind of fun because he's got the old belt, you've got the new belt, right? I wonder, is there some symbolism there in the fact that you're that new era, the new guy, the next generation?
I think so. I mean, we're at Marvel Stadium. I'm a big Marvel fan. I've got the new belt, the Power Ranger belt. I think even he knows, because I keep saying he was the interim champ. I don't know when he became the undisputed champ. Am I lying? Exactly. He is the interim champ. So when I get this belt, that's the interim belt. Then I get another one, so I'll be the double interim champ.
I like it. The Marvel Stadium, you mentioned it. I mean, you're a showman. This stage, does this mean something special? I mean, the title is what matters here at the end of the day, right?
Nope.
But the stage?
Nah, it's him. Beating him right here, that's what matters. That's the goal. Like the belt, fuck the belts. They just look good, with the goal that I already have. But, I mean, just beating him, a killer like him, in his home country, that's the goal, So we're storming, me, Dan, and Brad, we're storming this place to take everybody out.
when you look at the matchup, and obviously you feel you're the superior fighter, but do you feel like it's something that you have as an advantage over him, or is it some deficiencies that you see in him? Why are you the better fighter?
I'm the better fighter because you look at my last 2 5-round fights and look at his last 2 5-round fights. Obviously, MMA math doesn't work that way, but you look at the way I am in the 5th round. Even in my last fight, I showed out. You know, you look at the way he was in his last round of his last fight, how he looked against a 43-year-old wrestler. Now, I don't strike like a 43-year-old wrestler. I don't, pick my shots like him. If I hurt you, I'm not going to try and bum rush you and then gas out. I'll find the shot and I'll put him away. So there's a difference in caliber of opponents that he's faced, and he hasn't been active. If you were a coach, would you put a fighter into a fight after 6 months absence? If you were a coach, it wouldn't be something you want to do, so I wouldn't do that either. And I'm just saying, momentum's a really, really, really powerful weapon.
You set the goal to beat this guy in the hometown. I mean, what do you need to accomplish here? I mean, is it just a win? Do you want to have another battle like you did last time where you showed everybody your heart, your will, your determination? Do you want another fight like that? Do you want to come out and shock the world with some, just amazingly quick destruction? What exactly do you want to do?
I don't want to have another fight like that. I'm not going to have another fight like that. The only reason we figured it out the next day. Like even that same night, we figured it out. We looked at the tape and I was like, that's what he was doing. That's how he closed the distance. There was 2 things that Kelvin did in that fight that was really strategic and very well nice placed chess moves. But for me, we've dusted that off. We've cut it off, and I can see what I did wrong. So it's not going to be like last time. And they can look at the tape and think, oh, we can close the distance. We have to start fast because that's when he's really slow. And I know what they're thinking. I can see what they're thinking. But this is a different fighter you're facing now. I've been working my ass off. I've taken some time off as well. Not like him, but I've taken some time off to just like replenish my mind, my body, my soul. And now I've come another fighter. I've rebirthed myself, even going back to my home country and being inspired by what I felt over there. I'm rebirthed. And I just feel like I want to have fun. That's the goal this weekend. I want to have fun like I did in New York, like I did against Adesanya Silva. Kelvin fight, he didn't let me have fun because he was beating my ass and I had to whoop his ass. But this fight, I'm going to have fun. That's the ultimate goal. And when I have fun, I'm the best in the world.
You saw this thing coming to fruition. Now it's here. So when you visualize Sunday morning, how does that fight go, and where does Israel Adesanya go from here?
That fight goes with me. I'm just looking, for me, all this is just extras. I want to get all this shit done, get the weight cut done, get to the fight, get off the bus, get to my locker room, and then when I make that walk, that long walk in the stadium to the octagon, that's what I'm looking forward to, and then stepping through those doors and then having fun. That's the main thing. And after that, we know what's next, but I'll save that for later. I want to handle this guy first, because if I don't take care of him, then I got to start again.